Hey, everybody. How's it going? Nice day here in New York City. A little bit warm. Mostly sunny. Hope everybody's good. All right. Jean-Paul Bondi, first in the chat. Hello, friends. Yes, indeed. And Marco Freudenberg, what's up? Hey, Bosco. 9291. Aimé Note. All right. And Furniture with a PH. Save Techno, of course. Always. Benny Blanco, what's up? And Muo, hola, amigo. What's up? Nice one. Bouncing along to this Smith & Selway track with a lot of chord stabs in it. Honestly, I can't even remember if we released this or not. I don't think so. I think this one might still be in the... just sitting on a hard drive somewhere. A little bit trancy, whatever, it's nice. Grizz Christofferson, welcome back. Joost Vanderberg, what's up? I'm just gonna let this keep going because I want to hear the build-up and the chord progression. I was just talking to Christian this morning. He's probably going to be back on the show pretty soon. We're thinking about doing another one of our long-form paid masterclasses coming up, probably in June. Let's see if we can make it work. We'll let you know. Let's bring it in. Hey, everybody. It's Selway's Techno Saturdays, and I am John Selway, the aforementioned, here in the studio at 343 Labs Music Production School. Well, one of our studios. We got two now here in New York City. And if you've been watching the show, it's been years now. It's been since lockdown this has been going on. It's just been going and going. I'm just going to keep doing it, right? Anyway, yeah, if you've been watching for a while, you know what we do here. We're a music production school here in New York and in Berlin and online, and we do all sorts of courses and classes and programs and master classes and special events and community building things. And yeah, I really enjoy it. It's become my thing, right? I'm helping run the New York City outpost here and looking over the academic program and teaching and interacting with the students and the other instructors. And, we're trying to keep this community going and growing. Of course, you guys are a part of it as well on the live stream. I always just want to keep that going. Yeah, I just got stuck there for a second, but if you want to know more about our upcoming classes, the things we've got going on during the summer or what's coming up in the fall again, even if you're ready to if you're here in New York or in Berlin, or if you want to go to Berlin, do you have the dream? Do you want to go there and be part of it? We got the links below for all the info you could ever need. And yeah, I also mentioned, we do special events and master classes, and we have a really cool masterclass coming up. There's a link I pinned. I'm in the chat. I pinned something there. I would really love it if a bunch of you would join us online, of course. But if anybody's local here in New York, please come on down. We've got Carrie, a Trezor resident, an excellent artist and DJ. I really like her tracks. She's got a lot of really good stuff out. I think her latest release is on Blueprint, which is, if you're into techno, if you're into serious techno, James Ruskin and Blueprint has been there from the beginning. Amazing stuff, great label, and her latest release is out on Blueprint. And yeah, Carrie's going to be here in New York. She's got a gig, but the day before that, she will be here at 343 Labs Wednesday evening. So yeah, for those of you in Europe, I'm sorry it's going to be a bit on the late side in terms of the live stream. Might have to stay up. Yeah, if you're here in New York or if you want to catch it, I think I need to double check on this, but the live stream, if it's too late for you and you can't watch it in real time, if you can see there'll be an archive of it. You can still access the link even if you're not watching it in the moment, right? But of course you want to be in the live stream in the chat asking questions. So anyway, this is a paid thing. There's a link that I pinned here in the chat at the top of the chat. Check it out. I would really love for you guys to join, whether you're here online or in person. If you're in New York, come on down. All right, and then that's going to be a busy day for me because the same day, earlier in the day, I'm going to be a guest on Funk the Void's Beat the Buzz feedback live stream. He's had a lot of great artists as guests on his live stream to give feedback to people. I love to give feedback to people, and so maybe some of you guys can join in next week on Wednesday. It's 8 p.m. CET. I guess that's about 2 o'clock here-ish, right? In New York. So yeah, join us then. I'm going to be doing that. And then right after that, I'm going to be scrambling to get the space ready for Carrie's masterclass. All right. What y'all talking about in the chat? Marco's in here. I think I mentioned Marco was saying, too bad he can't come to New York. But yeah, it's going to be live streamed, right? For the Carrie Masterclass. Who else has popped in here while I've been yakking? Funkdor's here. What's up, Funkdor? Benny Blanco mentioning my Cintar shirt. It's getting a little worn out now, but I love it. Represent. And, those guys know what they're doing down in Texas, fixing synths and stuff. They've been around forever. And yeah, Ame Notes says you played a Weather, the Smith and Selway track on your radio show. Thank you very much. I'm glad that's one of your favorites. Yeah, it's one of mine too. I think that's one of our best kind of harder-edged tracks that Christian and I did. And thank you, Marco. I so appreciate you buying a ticket. Yes, I'm going to make sure that you can see it later because I know that's a bit late for you. And another new name in the chat. Welcome, Cosinus. What's up? Did I say that right? Anyway, I'm blabbing. I just like downed this cold brew iced coffee and I'm buzzing a little. That's why I'm talking so much. As far as what I'm doing on the show today, nothing too crazy. Every now and then I like to kind of take it back to basics and I'm not worried about some new production technique or some crazy new plugin, or sometimes you just want to, it's like comfort techno, right? It's like working the way it's, and it's easy. And I think kind of the limitation, and I also like to give myself limitations. It's always good to kind of work within some boundaries. And I've done this before, but one of the things is sometimes it's fun to just use whatever, like not think too hard about ahead of time. It's kind of improvisational. Like I'm mainly working, I got a synth loaded up, but mainly I'm working with samples and loops and trying to just work with one-shot samples. I'm trying to avoid typical drum sounds. Like it's so easy to go for the 909s and all of that, the 808s, the typical drum machine sounds. So I'm trying to look for not typical sounds, but still have it be techno. And I'm also I've done this before as well. I've been digging up old sample packs, 90s sample CDs that people have ripped, things like that. And I was listening to some samples from this old Cold Cut sample library. And, they did all this like breakbeat, hip hop kind of funky stuff. And yeah, I just came up with this groove. I've got a few elements here and we're just going to play around with it and see what happens. And that's pretty much it. And, I just want to hang out with you guys, make a beat, talk about it, and, also encourage you to sign up for this masterclass coming up on Wednesday. I'm going to give you the hard sell. And in fact, I've got a couple of codes. I've got 2 codes. Each code is good for 2. I know, I feel like this is really stingy, but this is what I've got. I've got codes that when you go to the link to buy the ticket, you'll get it for free. All right. So before we go, at the end of the stream, in about an hour from now, a little bit less, I'm going to give you those codes. And you guys are going to have to jump on it, right? If you want the free ticket. So there's 2 codes. Each code is good for 2 people, right? So be nice. I'm asking you to be nice. Just buy one, right? Buy one ticket with the code and leave the other spot for another person, please. So 4 of you at the end of the show, I'm going to give out these codes and you all can go get your free tickets. 4 of you. All right, I'll say this again in a bit because I know some people are going to join later. Or maybe I won't say it. Maybe you guys get the prize because you're here first. All right, anyway, back to this. Let's hear what's going on. Oh, I left the filter on. Anyway, I got this kind of heavy stomping kick, jacking kind of beat. I mean, this was the first thing. Well, no, the first thing I did was this. I had a chord progression in my head, and then I kind of decided to ditch it. But so we might come to that. But the first thing I did was just this kick drum. I like this. It's like an acoustic, heavy duty kick drum, but it's real deep. It's real stomping. It's short and punchy as it is. It's got this nice thump to it. And it's got atmosphere. It's got a little bit of hi-hat noise on top of it. And I'll probably play around with the filter and the arrangement and have it be deeper sometimes. Yep. So that's stomping, right? And then I'm like, okay, I want this to be kind of jacking, rolling a little bit. So I found this kind of weird. This is another kick actually. And it's got some, it's like a slice from a breakbeat or something. Right? I like that little bit of a dirty character from that drum kit. It can be fun to make banging techno beats out of chopped up acoustic drum sound sometimes. And then I felt like it needed some space, it needed some resonance. So I put it through a real short ambient convolution. Right? And I'm not going to worry. I probably have too much sub and stereo now. I don't care. I'll fix that later. Sounds fine. All right. So I got that. And then I threw in this. I found this kind of Mini Pops, this sample. I think this is from, the Mini Pops is an old drum machine. I want to say it's a Korg. And, oh man, I forget. It was Samples from Mars. This is from a Samples from Mars kit. So I added this on there too. It has this little rattle in it, right? I think it's so cool. It's got that, it's like a low tom, but with this noise and this little wah, 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 wah in there. And that's trippy. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I could isolate that a little bit? So I put an overdrive with this filter in it and a little bit of delay and reverb on it. And then I'm layering that on top of the low unprocessed one. So already I've got some non-percussive atmosphere in this track. I'm already dancing to this, which is a good sign. Real simple, like 3 elements and I'm dancing. That's what you want. All right, so that was kind of step 1. And then I started playing around with different samples, just kind of going through random stuff in my library. And I had this thing. This is from something I've been doing at home, is going through my old hard drives and finding projects that I never did anything with. And I think this is just me jamming on a pattern running through a Korg Minilog. Right? And, I put that in here and I thought, okay, that's okay, but maybe it's a little busy. Right? Let's see. And that could be a direction. But then, okay, I was doing this whole melodic thing and I'm not sure that that's what, was going a chord progression. So what I ended up doing was just finding a little piece of it and doing a loop at... how long is that loop? 6/16 notes. And then just making it more of like kind of a synthy percussion part, because I cut out all the lows, just left the highs. And that's it. I'm gonna get rid of that tom for a second. Sometimes I feel like it's happening too much. I like this. And I have another one that's transposed up. This probably needs some effects on it. But just going back and forth between these two parts, I think is a nice little trippy, weird percussive loop to throw in there. All right. And I might fix I could do follow actions for this, actually. Let's do that. Let's have it so it switches by itself, so I don't have to do it, and I can just leave it running. Launch, follow action. Actually, let's do both of these at the same time. Follow actions on, unlinked, and we're going to make this I don't know if this is gonna work. What am I doing? I don't know what I want. Let's see how it works. All right, it's set to do next, and I want it to be a certain number of 16th notes. I wish you could just set it instead of bar, beat, whatever, like chord. I wish it was here's let's try that. All right, so that's gonna make it. Let's see how it works. All right, that's right. I'm trying to do like simple arithmetic in my head and make music and talk to you guys on the stream, and I'm failing. Let's do this. Let's lower the percentage that it actually happens. Occasionally it's going to switch. Oh, I probably need to do this. There we go. We want 50%. I just want it to switch back and forth itself every now and then. Is it going to do it? Am I getting stuck on something stupid? Yeah. Whatever. We'll fix it later. I'm not going to get stuck on this. All right, so I have that element. What else have I got? I've got this thing. This is another thing, another sample that I have randomly on my hard drive. And I think, you guys ever hear of an organist, a musician, Corey Henry? He plays the Hammond organ. Like, he's like genius on the organ. I have a thing for Hammond organs, by the way. So anyway, this is like a little. I stole a couple of organ stabs from this Corey Henry thing. And I'm not gonna play the whole thing because it will get a YouTube copyright strike if I play the whole thing. But I just have this thing going on. It kind of reminds me of some of that Rob Hood floor plan stuff. It's like a little bit gospel house and techno, you know what I mean? And I like that energy. And I also like the idea of having more acoustic, organic kind of sound. Or this is electroacoustic. But anyway, I like it. Let's see how that sounds with the beats. All right, that's a maybe. I think that's potentially cool. I could, synthesize that, sound design that, make it sound less like just a straight up Hammond organ, but I don't know. I have a thing for that sound, so maybe we'll use it. And then I got this thing. Where is this original sample? Let me show it in the browser here, because I want you to hear the original sample. There it is. You guys hear that? I think that's just like a timbali roll from a reggae tune, like a 60s set or reggae or rocksteady record, and it sounds cool. It's a little, a little ringy. It's got that little roll in it, and that was just, taking that loop and doing, slice to MIDI. Why isn't it giving me the slicing? Normally, when you right click on it, it shows you slice to MIDI, but that's what I did. I sliced it and came up with this. Although without all those effects on it. Let's hear what it sounded like before I got stupid with it. It also has a lot of rumble, like turntable rumble in it. It's got this crazy sub in it somehow. And I don't mind that because it makes it sound like it's shaking a little bit. It's like adding energy to it. Now it's very drummy now, right? And it's so loud, maybe a little bit too much, but I like it. I like the energy of it. It's definitely danceable. Put some reverb on it. Put it in a space, make it a little bit more alive. So that's a potential direction. If I keep it more just straight and drummy and jacking, maybe go in a hard groove direction, put some more loops in there and have it be really drummy and kind of funky. But I also like this idea. If I just filter it and make it more kind of atmospheric. Filters always work. And then I thought, hey, why not go the extra step and put some granular, trippy stuff on there, right? So this is kind of taking the track in another direction doing this. And I like both directions. I like both ways. Maybe I'll do 2 versions. We can play around with this. The only thing about this is when I do the filter open, the granular's too much. I don't want that. I like how this granular sounds on the filtered sound. So probably just layer it or split it up somehow. I mean, that would be easy. But how are we going to take care of this? Let's do this. We'll put it in a rack. And I'm going to put another filter in front of the fragments, or an EQ, doesn't matter. Let's open this up. There we go. So now I can have the ambience of that not be too bright. And then I can also have this. So I should probably go over here and make this more grainy. Maybe even all grain. I don't know, we'll see. All right, just trying to control that effect a little bit. More hypnotic that way, right? Deeper. Does it work with the organ? Let's see. Kinda. It's a maybe. Maybe I don't need all that low frequency in the organ sound. Okay. Does it work with this? I think it works with this if I bring this down. And that's just in the background. And that's too loud. I like that little glitchy kind of funky roll in the back with that loop. And I also like how it sounds when I bring the filter down on the kick. All right. Simple Sam is in the house. What's up? Nice to see you. Acid Bats is also here. Henri de Carvalho. What's happening? Now, you said down 1 octave. Do you mean the organ? Clarify. Special's like, hell yeah, Rob Hood. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit of Rob Hood today, I'll be honest. All right. Okay, let's try the organ lower. It kind of gets, it's already tuned down actually. The original one is higher and it's getting a little bit lost. Maybe we try Complex Pro. Too bright. This is a weird sound. It sounds cool though. Like, it's like, what is going on? It's like alien organ percussion sound or something. Maybe it's just too dry. I haven't done anything to this in terms of effects at all. It's just the sample, this weird, taking this choppy organ chords out of context. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it just needs to be quieter and more of a texture in the background. You could filter it or EQ it. Yeah, I'm not sure if it worked an octave down, but it was a good idea. Yeah, T.I. Mark is saying that little organ stab is more like a percussive sound than an actual chord. Pull back like this. You can barely tell what it is, which is good with me. I do kind of like how this sounds just trippy like this, more deep. A little more minimal, especially with that filtered kick. Now it's more banging again. Okay. What else do I got? I haven't even gotten to using these samples yet, but I have some kind of vocal samples. I have a breath, right, which is kind of cool, and then I have this, which is a little cheeky, and I feel like if I go in the more kind of bouncy hard groove direction, that's gonna work. Like, definitely could be fun to throw that in every now and then. Slightly cheesy, I don't mind. Catches my ear. What am I missing? I need some more parts. Like, I need some more parts, don't I? Someone mentioned bass. So we could try that. Let's filter this again. I like that sample. All right, we might want some bass. But definitely need some hi-hats and other percussion going on. The percussion is pretty sparse at this point. It's just 2 kick drums and a tom, or more like a kick drum and a kick acting like a tom and a tom. And I got this thing, which is a synth, but I'm using it as percussion, and that's an organ, and I'm using it as percussion. And then that. Hi-hats, shakers. We could try going through some more samples too. And I'm not sure about bass. I'm still kind of stuck. I was thinking earlier, do I want a bass line for this, or do I just want some rumble, or do I want to keep it more drummy and not worry about the bass? Add some harder hats. Okay. Yes, Benny. How long are we going to take to find the perfect hat sound? That's the thing. Like, do I really want to take all day? And do I want to still kind of do some, just some chonky, weird old percussion samples from Cold Cut Kleptomania Volume 1? This is just some typical bongos and percussion sounds. These are all just stolen from records, right? A lot of them. That's what they did. They were sampling Fiends back in the day. Well, and some drum machine sounds too. Yeah, those are all kind of drum one-shots. Let's see. Clap, cymbals, hi-hats. Typical drum machine samples. I'll know it when I hear it, though. This could take all day. All right, those are sampled from vinyl, I think I can tell. And part of this was, all right, not using typical sounds for techno or the same old drum machine sounds, but then also like acoustic a little bit. So we could try using something like that. We're just got to do it and see if it works, and if it doesn't work, we got to move on. I'm just going to throw it in there. Maybe I'll just do this and put a bunch of distortion on it or something. I'm not sure that's quite the sound I want, but I'm going to try it anyway. Sounds late. Oh, of course. There's a little gap there. I mean, it's not terrible. so feels so fast now, doesn't it? What is this? I was like 144. All this fast techno nowadays. That's it kind of sounds good like that. Very it's like an acoustic sound, but a real acoustic sound, but it's very drum machine now because of the way it's programmed. I'm gonna put a flanger on that. That always works. It almost never gets old. All right. I'm gonna try another kind of hat. Let's see what we can find. Just randomly. Let's see what comes up. Not loops, one shots. I want something chunkier. Kicks with hats in them. Dirty breakbeat kind of hi-hats, maybe. I don't know. That's what we're trying to work with, right? How are there so few samples in the... That's weird. Okay, let's go in here. Let's go in the other big folder and check out too many. Honestly, it'll take forever to go through these. We'll see what we can find. All right, sample... Okay. There should be some things with character in there. I'm going to try to avoid the loops. Ooh. How about that? How about the hi-hat from an amen break? That's funny. If it works, it works. Can you tell that that's an amen hat? Probably not. Now I lost it. There it is. I want it to be dirtier. That's more the open high, right? That's Apache. I don't know, whoever made these, it's kind of funny. They took the time to chop the hi-hats out of the amen break. That one I like the energy of. Let's see what happens if we destroy it with distortion. Make it, I don't know, dirty. So short. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, it does the job. How does it sound lower? I like it better lower. How does it sound without the fast hats? I'm just gonna go with it because I don't hate it. I don't want to overthink it. How does it sound with this filtered up? Yeah. I'm going for it. This sounds busy now. Maybe I don't like that anymore with this, especially when the filter's open on the tom, on the, not the tom, you know what I mean, timbali thing. That sounds better in the background. Okay. I'm okay with that. every now and then. I like the idea of throwing in these occasional little breathy vocals or that, right? It's kind of, it just gives it a vibe without saying anything. That always works. Cool. Fun. What time is it? How are we doing? For those of you who joined us, let's take a little break from the intensity of staring at. Hey, did my camera freak out? I just noticed that my camera is stuck now. What's going on? At least, is the audio still working? Oh man, I hate it. Lately, OBS has just been failing me. Let me turn the camera off and on again. It's not happening. I'm going to try to get my camera unstuck here. 1 second. We're going to do to be right back. Well, the camera just it freaked out. I had to like unplug it and plug it back in again, and now I think even the settings are messed up. But whatever, it's okay. We were just about to take a break, and then I noticed that the camera was stuck, so I decided to fix it. Anyway, the reason why I paused is I wanted to make sure that those of you who joined later in the stream, hello, welcome. I wanted to remind everybody about where is it? There it is. We got this masterclass at 343 Labs here in New York in person, and we're going to live stream it. It's a paid event, and I'd love to have some more people buy some tickets and join in. Whether you're here in New York, it'd be great if you're local, come on down. But of course, most of you are probably out there in the world watching online, so there is a ticket to watch the stream. And I pinned a comment in the chat with a link to the event info and how to purchase the ticket. And at the end of the show, which is, coming up, we only got another 15 minutes-ish, is I've got 2 codes. Each code is good for 2 free tickets. I don't know why we did it this way. I'm not exactly sure why, but that's what I've got, right? So I'm going to put those codes on the screen at the end, or I could put it in the chat. We'll put it in the chat, right? You all got to be eagle-eyed, right? And I'm also going to ask you that on your honor, you're only going to buy one ticket and let someone else take the second slot for that code, right? So there's going to be 2 codes. Each code is good for 2 tickets, and 4 different people should be able to use those to get a free ticket for the stream next Wednesday for Carrie. And if it's too late for you, if you're in a time zone where it's going to be starting at 6:30 p.m. New York time, I guess it's EDT. It might be a little late for you in certain time zones. The stream should be available to watch after, right? Just so you know. And the rest of you, please buy a ticket. We'd really appreciate it. You know, artists need to eat. Come support your local techno or your global techno artist. All right, that's what we want. So hopefully some of you will dive in on that. Thank you very much, and keep your ears open and your eyes open on the chat for when I put the discount, the free codes to buy your ticket. And remember, just 4 of you. Please be good and just only buy 1. All right, that's it. Now, and also just another little reminder that I'm a guest on Funk to Void stream next Wednesday before Carrie's masterclass. So earlier in the day, this will be 8 p.m. CET, 2-ish here. Is it 2? Is it 6 hours? I'm so confused. And I will be a guest on Funk to Void's Beat the Buzz stream on Twitch, which is going to be a lot of fun. I've never been a guest on a stream before. And the idea is he'll be a guest, and we still got to work this out. I'll talk to him about it, but Funk to Void will hopefully be a guest on my stream at some other point in the future. That would be really great to have him on too. All right, so back to this weird track that I'm working on. Where are we? I like it, but I feel like, all right, we were getting into maybe some bass, perhaps. And I'm kind of undecided. I mean, again, I think I just have to try it. Like, is it going to be a bouncy kind of plucky bass? Is it going to be a sub kind of sustained bass? Is it just going to be a rumble? Yeah. Let's see. And also, I'm trying to stick to like atypical sounds. I mean, I guess you can kind of, with the synths, I can do whatever, right? But I've been trying to stick to like whatever one-shot samples strike my fancy as I go through. I mean, let's stick to that. Let's see if I can find some kind of bass sound that is appropriate. I mean, that's a kick drum. It could be something like that. It could be just an 808. We did something kind of more in with the kick drums kind of thing. All right, I'm just going to try it. I mean, this is a F sharp. I don't know what key I'm in. So we'll see. And I don't want it to be too busy with the kicks and the toms. So I'm just going to try to throw it. Could be that simple, just that frequency range. Yeah, that kind of works. It's not, I kind of like, I mean, gosh, was it that easy? I kind of like the idea of it being another percussive element that fills in that frequency range. And it's acting like a bass line. It's kind of a bass line, but it's also kind of just a kick drum. It's got kind of snappy going on. Why is it snappy? Oh, it's probably because we're just, what is that? It's just a saturated sine wave. Maybe I don't want that. And try to find the zero crossing, get rid of that pop at the beginning and make it less like a kick drum. I could have just thrown like any sine wave on here and done this, but I went for the sample because that was the brief. That's fine. little more release on it. Or maybe I do like it shorter. Maybe I like it cut off more. Yeah, it's kind of... Maybe I want those faster notes a little quieter, because they're a little busy. Okay. All right. I'm going to filter this down again. You can hear the organ really well when that's gone. Definitely it's rolling on. It's good energy. I hope the mix is good. I have no idea. I'm just going with whatever. Now I also have this thing. This is going to be a totally different vibe. This is actually, even before I got into doing all the drum samples and building up the groove, I had this thing in my head to do this kind of Rob Hood-ish chord stab sequence. And I don't know I think this might be too much to put on top of this, but let's see. It's also really dry. There's no effects or anything on it. I'm worried that that's going to be too busy with this. Remember, we also have the crazy granular stuff, which I really like. Is that going to work with this? No, I think like that harmony's wrong. So I might rethink this because I really like the sound of this. And the other one's probably just a little too tense and busy. Maybe we do another chord stab and do something more simple. What key are we in? I don't care. We're in A sharp. And I think I did something with, yeah, there's some velocity stuff going on there. Could do some deviation and have it be kind of semi-random. That's a little chill and potentially getting into dubby kind of territory. It depends on how I work it out. It's moody now. Maybe too low. And that's more housey. It's because I made that chord. No, 7th chord. No. I think this might be a no. I'm not feeling it. What do you guys think? Or it just needs to be a different sound or something. It's too dry for one. If I put delay on it, we're done. We're going to sleep. But I'm gonna do it anyway. We're just gonna end out in outer space. Why not? modulate something. Now we're spacey. I always end up there. All right, whatever. Now it's smooth and sensual with that breath. Almost a moan. What if it just doesn't happen too often? It's happening every bar. What if it just comes in every now and then? I know I'm running down the clock now, but sometimes, and we've talked about this before, when I have a loop and I'm starting to think about arranging with this kind of hypnotic groove, I start thinking about the loops and the structure of the song, even before, or not the song, the track, before I go here in the arrangement view. That tom, for example, like that's cool, but I think when it happens every bar, it's too much. So let's have that come in every however long. Maybe even not every 8 or 4 or 16, but just sometimes. Maybe longer than that. 12. You can play around with the filter on this thing. Trippy now. I like that. Just up and down on the filter. Yep. How do I go up from there, though? We're gonna have to do this again another time. Like, I still feel like it needs some more up energy, as up as it is. Yeah, I'm not sold on this wavetable chord stab. That's like we'll come back to that. I'm gonna get rid of it. Take away the fast hi-hats and bring the kick drum back in, probably. And drop down the filter on the that cut up percussion. I like the organ kind of sneaking in there. All right. What can we do to sweeten this up a little bit? Oh, I already have an EQ. What am I doing? I'm humming. That's all I can do. More filters. Notch filter. Slow stereo notch filter. It's trippy. Getting wide. Sure. If I put a reverb after this, why am I doing this? Because I always end up in outer space, that's why. Get rid of the low frequencies. It's just like hollow space noise going through that filter. Taking the spin and chorus off of this reverb makes it kind of smoother sounding. And this is the universal hand sign for smooth, apparently. High density. I just want some ear candy in there. I want there's some like headphone listening stuff that you wouldn't even notice this hardly on the dance floor, but in headphones you'd be like, "Whoa, where are we?" Okay. What time is it? Are we good? I think it's time. It's time to get the codes. Fix this camera. It's really tripping me out. Okay. You ready? Let's bring it in. All right. So this was fun. Making this loop. I feel like I need to start arranging it now. Anyway, as I mentioned, we have the Carry Masterclass on Wednesday in the evening, 6:30 in New York City and streamed online. There are tickets available. It's inexpensive. I mean, I know inflation, whatever. It's not as cheap as it used to be. We got to pay the bills. Carrie needs to pay the bills. Support Carrie. She's a great artist, and she does a really cool masterclass with her hardware set up with all her electron gear. It should be good. So, all right, how am I going to do this? I'm going to put it in the I'm going to put it into chat. Okay. So, y'all ready? Remember, 2 codes. Each code is good for 2 tickets. You're on your honor to only use 1. So 4 of you should be able to run and jump and use that code and get your free ticket for the Carry Masterclass. All right, so I'm about to put the first code in the chat. Be ready. And then we're going to wrap this up. Okay. It is a long code. Why didn't they just make this short? Why is it so long? Ready? Here we go. Here's the first code. Good for 2 free tickets to the Carry Masterclass. Bang. And your link is pinned at the top of the chat. All right. Here, let's do the second code. It's not particularly different. It's almost the same. And you ready? Hop on there. This is good for the second 2 free tickets. 3, 2, 1, go. So good luck to you, guys, people on planet Earth. Hopefully 4 of you grabbed those free tickets for the Carry Masterclass next Wednesday, the 21st of May, 6:30 p.m. 2025, in case you're watching this next year. Thanks, everybody. This was fun. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you next time. And, oh, yeah, one last plug. This coming up Wednesday, same day. Check out Funk the Void stream on Twitch. And I will be his guest. And there will be, you can submit a track for feedback, but you're going to have to go to his channel to get all the info on Twitch to get all the info about how to submit the tracks and everything. So that's it. Enjoy. Adios.